In this video, we're going to have a look at how to write a congruency proof to prove that two triangles are congruent using the rule angle, side, angle. When we are writing congruency proofs, there are 4 steps that I recommend that you follow. The first step is going to be decide on the rule. So whether it's side, 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 angle, 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 side, or right angle, hypotenuse, and side. Once you decide on the rule, use those 3 letters from the rule to label the 3 lines of working out that is required. Once you've got your 3 lines, write a statement corresponding to each letter. So if it's an S, you say what 2 sides are equal and how do you know they're equal. If it's an A, you write down what 2 angles are equal and how do you know those 2 angles are equal. And then the last step, once you've done your 3 lines of working out, is to write a congruency statement and the corresponding rule. If you follow those 4 steps, you'll be able to write a proof to prove that 2 triangles are congruent. So in this example, we want to prove that the 2 triangles are congruent. So my first step is going to be to decide what rule I want to use. To do that, I'm going to have a look at the information that I'm provided in the question. So having a look, the first thing I can tell is I've got 2 sets of right angles. So automatically I'm thinking RHS can be a possible rule that can be used to prove that these 2 triangles are congruent. So I've got 2 right angles. Next I need to see whether I've got 2 hypotenuses that are equal. So having a look at the hypotenuse sides, I've got no information to tell me that those 2 sides are equal. So therefore I can't use the RHS rule to prove that those 2 are congruent. So going on and having a look at what other information I have, I know that angle PRS is equal to angle SRQ. And I know that side SR is going to be common in both triangles. So I know that 2 angles and a side are the same in both triangles. And because that side that I know is the same in both triangles is in between my 2 angles, I can use the rule angle, side, angle. So now that I've decided on my rule, I write down my 3 letters vertically, angle, side, angle, and start writing my proof. On the first line, I am going to say what 2 angles that I know are the same. So angle PSR is equal to angle QSR. And I know that because it is given. On my second line, I'm going to talk about what 2 sides that I know are equal. And I know line SR is common. And I don't need to give a reason for that line. And on my third line, it is going to be another set of angles that are the same. So angle SRP is equal to angle SRQ. And I know that because it is given. So now that I've got my 3 lines are working, I finish off by writing a congruency statement. So therefore, triangle PSR is congruent to triangle. Now I've got to make sure my letters are in the same order. So in my first one, I started at P. The corresponding angle is Q. So it is going to be QSR, and I know that those 2 triangles are congruent because of the rule angle, side, angle. So that is an example of how we write a proof to prove that 2 triangles are congruent using the rule angle, side, angle.